Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my vlog. It's been a while since I vlogged. It's been a while since I filmed videos. You guys all know the drill. But as I'm trying to get back into YouTube a little bit to see if I want to keep doing it or not, I felt like a vlog was a good idea, especially because I actually have like an idea for a themed reading vlog, which I never have those. So I figured today was the day to try it. So today we are going to start a vlog for me reading all of the steamy Peter Pan romances that have recently come out. If you guys didn't know, if you're new here, hi, my name's Kate, and I did my master's degree all about Peter Pan and adaptation. So for my master's dissertation, I had to read a whole ton of Peter Pan retellings, and of course, right when I finished, a whole bunch more started coming out, so that was great. But yeah, I'm still obviously super interested in Peter Pan and adaptation. I do plan on going into my PhD eventually for the same topic. So I want to keep up with all of the Peter Pan retellings. I'm kind of behind, if I'm completely honest. I keep collecting them and then not reading them. But there's like 4 steamy Peter Pan romances that have come out. And I'm actually fascinated by this because my mentor and I had a lot of conversations about how Peter Pan is meant to be this children's story, but it really isn't, and how mostly the adaptations coming out for it are for adults, and how even the very idea of Peter Pan and the kind of main idea behind it and how you never want to grow up and stuff is a very adult fear and a very adult thing to want. So I think it's fascinating that so many people are writing steamy Peter Pan romances. So of course, even if I didn't actually want to read these, I would have picked them up anyways because they're Peter Pan, and I just feel like I have this thing that I have to read all of them eventually. So I picked them all up, so let's get on into it and I'll show you the ones that I currently have. So first up, we have Hooked by Emily Mcintyre, and this, I think, is Hook and Wendy. I've heard that this one is dark, which I like dark romance. Also, let me just say, I do love reading romance. Like, here's my romance shelves, and here's my entire TBR, which is currently romance. So it's not that crazy for me to pick up some smutty and steamy romances. But them being Peter Pan definitely has me a little bit hesitant, just because I am so connected to Peter Pan. I know so much about it and so much behind the scenes of it. So I am a little nervous that that is going to ruin my entertainment from these, but I'm going to try to kind of look past that. But yeah, so Hooked by Emily Mcintyre, I feel like this is the most popular one. This one absolutely blew up in the last couple of months. So yeah, I'm excited for that one. And then another, I think this is a Hook one, is A Worthy Opponent by Katie Robert. This is the first one I knew about. I actually knew about it probably a year and a half ago. I downloaded it on Kindle, but then I never ended up reading it. And yeah, this is Hook and Tinkerbell. I don't think this takes place in Neverland. I think this takes place in a more modern setting, because I think it has to do with a BDSM club. So this is so weird. And then I have both of Nikki St. Crow's books, and this is The Never King and The Dark One. They look so similar. This is the first one, this is the second one. And I think this is Peter and the Lost Boys? Question mark? I don't know. But I've heard really great things. I hear that this one is also super, super, super dark. So I'm excited. I am going to read all of these over the next couple of days. I am also reading another book that I've been reading by the pool, which I'll probably still read that by the pool, so you'll probably get another kind of book in this vlog. But these are the ones I'm going to be focusing on, and I do think I'm going to start with The Never King by Nikki St. Crow, just because it's really short, and this is the one that I've been meaning to kind of get to. This is only less than 200 pages, so hopefully I'll just be able to fly through that. I think I'm going to go with this one, and if I want to, right into the second one, and then Hooked, and then A Worthy Opponent. I think that's what I'm going to go for. So yeah, come on this little reading vlog with me, and we'll read some steamy Peter Pan romances. Yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so if you guys didn't know, I am a special education teacher. I'm off for summer right now, so I don't have work or anything, which is really nice. Also, if you didn't see my catch-up video and life update, we did move, so this is our new apartment. stuff still needs to be like put up and like organized and decorated and stuff, but we're working on it, or you know, I'm working on it. And I do have a couple of things I need to get done today, like I have therapy today. I'm gonna go to the Asian market that's over by my therapist, and actually I think that's about it. But that's still like a little bit of a drive away now because of course they're right near where I used to live, but no longer where I currently live. So I do have that to do today. Also, I am working on a writing thing for myself. You guys in here, I have just been writing novels at the speed of fucking light. I wrote like 4 novels in like 2 months, and now I'm working on another one. It is almost a novel. It is 47,000 words. So I want to write a little bit of that today. I'm trying to find like where to put you guys so I can like just chat. Here, this is my kitchen. So I want to write a little bit today. I need to go do those errands and stuff, and then I think Nico and I want to go to the pool probably at some point, because we live in an apartment complex that has a really nice pool, and it's really nice to go sit over there. It's 100 degrees today, which is not as bad as it has been. It's been like 105 or so for the last like week, but it has cooled down a little bit, which has been nice. So we might go over to the pool for a little while, hang out. And yeah, that's about it. It's really nice being off. I keep saying I don't think I'm ever going to be able to like not be a teacher or a professor or something, because how am I supposed to not have my summers off? It's so nice having summer off. Also, I realized I don't think you guys have met Laszlo yet. This is Laszlo. This is my bearded dragon. Wait, let me turn you around. Yeah, this is Laszlo. This is my bearded dragon. You can't really see him that well because of the glare. He is going to be a class pet for my students. But obviously I'm not working right now, so this is Laszlo. He's a very good boy. He's very friendly and fun. So I'm sure I'll take him out at some point so you guys can actually see him. But yeah, this is our apartment. I'm gonna give an apartment tour eventually, but just so you guys aren't like super confused for the vlog. This is our living room area. We decided not to put a TV out here, and it's honestly been like the best decision ever because I don't like just sit around watching TV nearly as much, and that's obviously where all of our books are. We kind of made it more of like a reading corner. And then here's my desk, which you guys have seen as my background and stuff, my manga shelf, my romance and horror bookshelf. This is our kitchen, super big, super nice. Again, we did just move in, so we still have a bunch of decorations and boxes. I think Nico's car is still filled with stuff. Here's all my K-pop albums, which I'm going to put on floating shelves up there. Eventually. And then here's this little corner that I just decorated. You guys will probably get a little bit of decoration in this vlog because I've been trying to do like a little piece every day. I don't know if I'm gonna get anything done today, but yes. Oh, also here, let me give you guys like a little OOTD. Here's a little OOTD. Just got this really fun skirt and a little white shirt. So yeah, one of my summer goals is to get dressed every single day. Because I am a person who I will just sit around in my PJs, so. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. This is already probably way too long, but I just wanted to give you guys more updates. So, hopefully the next clip will be me actually doing something, like reading. What you reading?
Day of the Locusts. Miss Lonely Hearts is very good. And I heard this is also very good.
Wow, I'm reading My Killer Vacation by Tess. I love that we're the current stereotypes. He reads like literature, and I
brought
read
a Jap reacher
porn.
with me.
That's true. But anyways, we're at the pool. It's the next day. I went into a depressive episode, so I haven't vlogged since yesterday morning, but I finished the first Peter Pan book. I'll talk about it later. Anyways, I'm gonna read this for a while. Alright, so we just got back from the pool. I made some homemade boba tea. Yum. If you're a big fan of boba, highly recommend ordering like fruit teas. I like the Ootd teas. And your own tapioca or popping boba. Real game changer. But anyways, at the pool I read about 50, 60 pages of My Killer Vacation, so I'm 100 pages into this now. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really fun. It's just very lighthearted, nothing like too serious going on. Basically, we follow a girl who is currently vacationing on Cape Cod, and at her Airbnb, like, she comes across the owner of the Airbnb who's murdered inside the house. And then we follow Miles, who is the super sexy private investigator who shows up to figure out what happened. And yeah, it's great so far. It has had a couple of those, I don't know, like I get that it builds tension, but the whole like they're about to have sex, but of course someone like knocks on the door at that very moment. It's happened like 3 times already and it's only 100 pages, but I'm really enjoying this and this has been my like poolside book, so. Also this morning I finished The Never King by Nikki St. Croix. And okay, so first off I discovered a couple things. First off, this is a trilogy. I'm very upset about it. I have the second book, but the third book doesn't come out until September, so I will have to wait to finish it. But this first one was pretty good. I gave it a 4-star. This is not Peter and the Lost Boys. It is Peter and the Lost Boys, but plus a girl. Like, it's like a reverse harem type situation. And I actually really enjoyed the different characters in this book. Rather than using the kind of standard Peter Pan characters, she kind of creates her own cast of characters. There's Peter and there's the twins, but there's a very cool spin to the twins that I actually really like. But then rather than like Toodles and like the kind of, again, regular gang of kids for the Lost Boys, she kind of made up her own. There's a boy named man named Vane. And then the girl is actually Wendy Darling's great-great-great-granddaughter, Winnie Darling. And I really like the boys. Winnie I find kind of flat for me. I feel like her only personality trait is that she likes sex, which I'm like, that's great. I love girls who like know what they want and shit, but also like we could have spiced her up a little bit more, given her a little bit more personality. But yeah, I am really excited to go into the second one. I'll definitely just go straight into the second book because this was definitely like not enough. Like I need the second book. I've seen so many people being like, guys, this could have just been one book, but they spread out into a trilogy. I'm like, that just is like a romance thing nowadays though. So I'll definitely be hopping into the second book after that cliffhanger, so. But anyways, I have a little unboxing. I ordered some Etsy prints that I'm really excited about, and I also have like a little update for you guys with the apartment, because last night, again, I kind of mentioned at the pool, I just like slipped into a depressive episode last night, and I kind of was still in it this morning, but I like forced myself to keep reading and like doing some stuff, so I'm feeling a little bit better now. But to try to kind of get myself out of my head last night, I decorated the shelves over there, so I will show you them. But yes, anyways, I ordered 2 prints, and this is from Ivory Owl Co. on Etsy. Oh, this is cute. They sent me like an extra little freebie sticker, and it is a watermelon shark. The prints that I got, oh, they're so cute! I got Daisy Cow, goat, is it goats? Yes. Daisy Goats. Daisy Goats. Oh! They're so cute. If you guys didn't know, goats are my favorite animal. And then I also got Strawberry Cow. Strawberry Cow! So freaking cute. Oh my gosh. So I think I'm going to hang them up on the walls above the shelves that I did last night. So I want to unbox them to be able to kind of like put them up and see how I want to arrange them. But yeah, I'm so excited. They're so cute. Okay, y'all, let me show you what I did with these shelves last night. Alright, so here are the new shelves. They're my K-pop shelves, obviously. At first I was gonna do some floating shelves up there, and I had bought them and everything, but they were like busted. I don't know. Like, Amazon sent me a bunch of like busted shelves, even though I did not order them on Marketplace. So yeah, I decided to just put them on the shelves, especially because Nico wants to get another shelf for his study. So this is what they kind of look like. I'll give you a little tour. Here is a little Murakami section, which I love. My Speed albums, all my TXT albums. And then a little painting that I did. Then we have my Astro shelves, of course, and my Stray Kids shelves. They're not fully decorated yet, so don't worry. They will look even cuter than this. But then we have Monster X and Kihyun and Wonho. We got Infinite, Sungyu and Uhyun. We got Ace and N Flying. We got my very small girl group collection, which I really need to work on, and then EXO. And then we do have some books down there, but. I also realized that I like, don't know how I didn't show you guys, we do have like a whole other side of the house. Like I think I came to like here yesterday in my little tour, but like there's this whole hallway into another room. Like here's the guest bathroom, here's the washer dryer, which I refuse to buy an apartment without that now, and then here's the study, aka Nico's study. Nico's naked right now. No, he's shirtless. But yes, this is where Nico works because he works from home. So these are all of his books. Here's all of his books. We're gonna get him a second shelf though, like over here, because we also have this giant box. So yeah, and then his guitars and stuff back here. So yeah, we made this into kind of just a Nico study space.
Cave.
Yeah, man cave. Ew, I hate that. But yes, anyways, I forgot to show you guys that, so I felt like I should show you. And yeah, I'm really happy with how the K-pop shelves turned out. I think they look really, really nice. These walls are a little bare though, so I'm going to try to hang some stuff up. I think I might do a little bit of decorating right now, hang some things up that I have been wanting to, so yeah, I'm gonna go do that now. Alright, so we decided on just this painting. Ooh, love that glare. Just this painting that I did above the albums. I think it looks pretty good. I feel like it still looks a little bit bare just because the ceilings are so tall, but it's fine. And then I also set up this one, which I think is really cute. It's from one of my favorite like Instagram artists. And it's of Noodles the cat, so of course it has to go by the cat tree. And I have also ordered some more frames for a couple of other things, so we're not done yet, but I got a couple things up on the walls, so good job for today. I don't think I'm going to read anymore. I think I'm actually going to do some writing, so yeah. Here's the baby. Look at this big boy. You were so silly. You're such a silly boy. Here, wanna go up? My little good boy. Gonna go get him his greens for his salad now. Oh, careful, bro. Here, come on. There you go. Good noms. Ooh, hungry boy. Very hungry. I feed him every day. Please don't think I like starve my dragon. Alright, so I'm going to do some work for my degree because if you guys didn't know, I'm back in college for my teaching license. It's just a certification only degree, not like a real one. So I'm going to do some stuff for that as well as figure out what I need to bring to the DMV next week. Very exciting stuff. Alright, I just finished this one. I would also give this about 4 stars. I'd say I'd give both the first and second ones 4 stars. I think, again, like what I said kind of yesterday about the first one, I like the characters. They're a little bit flat, but like they're interesting. They're not like the standard cast of characters for a Peter Pan retelling. They are fun and interesting, but yeah, especially Winnie, very flat main character, but I did enjoy these. They're very fast-paced, they're very quick, you know, it takes you like an hour or 2 to read them. But with this second one, say it with me, kids, spit is not lube. Holy shit. I was like... Also, these books don't know what prep or foreplay is. I'm just warning you. But yeah, so we finished both of these two. I liked them. They were decent. Not super like Peter Pan-y. I feel like there's not a ton for me to say like analysis-wise. They're just an excuse to write Peter Pan porn. They definitely don't have a lot. Like, they have a couple things like the I don't believe in fairies or I do believe in fairies and like the kiss, but they kind of got it fucked up. They did it as an acorn top when it's supposed to be a thimble. And other little things like that are cute, and references to like the original story is fun. I am interested to see where the third one goes because, again, these are really good with cliffhangers. The first one ended a cliffhanger, and I was like, oh my god, thank god I have the second book. The second book just ended in a cliffhanger, and I'm like, fuck, I have to wait for the third book, so that's gonna suck. But anyways, finished these two, so I think next up I'm going to read Hooked, and this is Hook and Wendy. So I'm excited for this one, but I'll start that tomorrow. We're gonna go to the pool, so I'm gonna read my pool book, which is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey, which I'm also hoping to finish this vlog. So gonna go read this. Good morning. It is, what day is it?
Friday.
It's Friday. Nico just got back from shopping. I just took a bath because my cramps are awful, so I decided to start Hooked in the bath. And can I just say, not that this one was like the longest by far, it's barely 300 pages. Tell me why this is like barely 300 pages, and then this is like just under 300 pages. This one. This is just under 300 pages, and this one's just over 300 pages, and that's the difference between them. So I think I'll be able to finish this one within a day or two as well, because it's barely 300 pages, so. But anyways, this one seems really fun so far. It seems like the author actually knows a little bit about Barrie and Peter Pan, which makes my Peter Pan heart very happy, because I'm really sick of everyone just going based on the Disney movie. Like, in this, we follow Hook and Wendy, and they actually made Hook, who, his name is James in Peter Pan, they made him James Barrie, which is interesting because people have speculated if Hook is supposed to be Barrie and the Lost Boys are obviously supposed to be the boys from that girl that he was in love with. Were they the Michaels? Because then she also has another thing in here. One sec. No, it's the Davies, right? Yeah, no, it's the Davies boys. Okay. I was gonna be like, she knows a little too much if she actually got that reference too. But, yeah, so far, it's really interesting. Wendy is Peter's daughter, which I find interesting. And then, yeah, Hook is James Barrie, which I think is really, really fun. And yeah, I was enjoying what I've read so far. I'm like 40 pages in, so I'm definitely going to read a whole bunch more of this today. Let's try to get it read today. Good morning. It is Saturday. Not reading related, but Nico and I are going to Pride. This is my fit. I got busy thinking about girls and be gay, do crime. He's got Buy Wife Energy shirt. Yeah, we're going to Pride just for the morning. I feel awful because of my cramps. So we're just gonna go for the parade and maybe like a little bit afterwards. But I'm excited. This is actually my first ever Pride. Fun facts, I didn't ever go when I was in high school, even though I was the president of my GSA club. I just never went because it was always like on a bad weekend or whatever. So yeah, we're finally going, and Nico painted his nail. I painted Nico's nails last night. He's got like a rainbow, and then I've got little Pride pan flags, and then we have my pan flag with us. So yeah, are you excited?
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be fun. Hello, I'm going to cut up an apple for a snack and talk to you guys about my reading, because why not? So yesterday, the only book that actually ended up, well, I did start Hooked, but for the majority of the day I was reading My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. This is not a Peter Pan retelling, it was just the book that I was reading before I started this vlog. And I did end up finishing it. I really liked it. I give it about a 4-star. I really liked the characters. I thought the story was a lot of fun. I really liked the male love interest, but also the girl was really fun to read about, to be honest. I find that Tessa Bailey does actually have a pretty good balance of the female and the male main character. I usually like both of them, or I don't like either of them. My only thing with this is it is like a murder mystery romance, which I find to be so interesting that like the most popular genres right now seem to be cozy mysteries and romances. So now people are just combining them, which is a lot of fun. And I would say that the murder mystery part is like a little bit ridiculous, but it was a lot of fun. It definitely gave it a little bit more plot structure than normal romances. And I did find that I enjoyed the little kind of plot to this, and I thought it was a lot of fun, but it was very, very ridiculous. Like, do not go into this thinking that this book is going to be serious, even like 1% of the time. It was incredibly ridiculous. One of the things I keep saying is that it is so funny, but also so annoying how many times in like 150 pages, his like dick tip is literally inside of her, and they somehow get like interrupted by the most random shit happening. Like the amount of times they are literally about to bang and then just something happens to inevitably like continue that tension and like suspense of when they're gonna finally bang. But I did end up really liking it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I always love what Tessa Bailey writes, so this was great. And then, like I said, yesterday I did start Hooked, and I think I have a little clip of that. I just took a bath because I was super sweaty from Pride this morning. It was spicy out. So I read another like 50 pages, 60 pages-ish. I'm like 105 pages into it, and I don't know how I'm feeling about this one. I have a lot of questions about mostly motives and just why. I feel like I'm constantly asking why with this. So we follow Hook, who is James Barrie, which again I thought was really, really fun of the author to kind of change stuff. I've been really enjoying all of the different like Peter Pan, how she's kind of working into a modern setting. But the story is where I don't know if I love it. So Wendy is the daughter of Peter Pan, right? And Hook like finds out that they moved kind of into his territory. So Wendy like doesn't know who he is, so he like targets her and like comes onto her, and like right now they just went on their first date. My question is, I don't know how old Hook is, because Wendy's 20 and it feels a little predatory. I also feel like with this book, I always hear that people think like Hook is so hot. He is like terrifying to me. Like he has so many issues. He's so like creepy, sketchy, overly possessive, stalker-y, and I'm like, am I supposed to like him? Am I supposed to find him hot? And apparently I am, but I absolutely do not. So I'm curious whether or not I'm going to enjoy this or if something's going to change. Also, there was like this torture violent scene, and if you know me, I absolutely hate just unnecessary violence, and it was so over the top and stupid for like absolutely no reason. So at the moment, I'm not loving this one. It's about 300 pages, so I have about 200 left, and that first 100 pages barely took me any time at all to read. And I'm still not feeling that great because of my period, so I do think I'm going to just sit down and finish this today, because I don't really want to take more than a day or two reading this. So hopefully I'll have another update for you guys very soon. Hanging out with Laszlo. Ooh, so fun. I'll sit down and read for a little while. So took him out for a bit. A little hangout. What a good boy. You are such a good boy. You're a funny boy. You know that, Laszlo? You're a funny boy. Alright, I finished Hooked. This was very mediocre. I'd give it like 2.75 out of 5 stars. As I said previously, I don't really like Hook in this. I found him to be really creepy and stalkery, and Wendy was really boring, super flat, like had no personality, no purpose in this story except for to be a damsel in distress, and that was about it. This had way too much plot that I didn't care about, and the smut was like just okay. So 2.75 out of 5 stars. I will say that this is probably the best one so far for Peter Pan references. This actually talks about some of the stuff from Peter Pan, as well as has quite a few little like Easter eggs that I was like, wow, I don't know if a lot of people would actually catch this. Like, one of the things that the author threw in was the fact that they make a comment about like Peter completely forgetting Wendy and John, who in this book are his daughter and son, but in the real book, when he is flying the Darling Children to Neverland for the first time, he constantly forgets them and keeps forgetting that he's supposed to be flying them to Neverland. So I thought that that was a really interesting touch, and again, it did have quite a few good Peter Pan moments, but the story overall just wasn't very enjoyable and I really didn't like it. So 2.75 out of 5 stars. Which means I have just one more Peter Pan smutty retelling, and that is A Worthy Opponent by Katie Robert. Hello. Okay. Worthy Opponent by Katie Robert. I'm hoping I will read this tomorrow. So this is oh my god, I'm sorry. This is a Tinkerbell and Hook one, so hopefully it's interesting, hopefully it's good, but we will see tomorrow. Alright, hello everyone. I'm here to wrap up this vlog. I don't really know how well I did at vlogging because I got depressed. Like, I really was depressed at the beginning of this vlog, and then it just continued, so I don't know how well I did. But I did end up reading all 4 of the steamy Peter Pan romances that I set out to read, and yeah, I'm here to wrap them up for you guys, especially because I like didn't talk at all about A Worthy Opponent. So let's start with this one. This was the last one that I just read. I finished it yesterday. This one was definitely the worst in my personal opinion. It was just kind of boring. I really didn't think any of the, like, the thing is about this one specifically being like in the Peter Pan steamy romance vlog is that this didn't have to be Peter Pan. You know what I mean? Like, these are very much like kind of set in the Peter Pan lore and like ideas, but this one could have been any 2 people. It definitely did not need to be Hook and Tinkerbell. I found that this one was just kind of boring. Hook and Tink were kind of boring and just kind of annoying. I found this to be very, very slow. It's like what, 250 pages? And it felt so long. It was so boring. The sex scenes were so dragged out, as well as it felt like Katie Robert was like going for a slow burn romance and just failed miserably, because right from the beginning of the book, Tink is like, I don't like Hook, I don't want to have sex with him, and then literally every single time anything happens ever, she's like, oh my god, I want to fuck Hook so bad. I'm like, I thought we didn't like him. I thought we didn't like him, and it was never really explained. So yeah, I just thought that this one was fine. Not even fine. It was like not very good. So I think I give like 2.25 maybe out of 5 stars. I just thought that this one it could have been so much better, but it just wasn't. Especially like, I saw quite a few reviews being like, this book is 100% just BDSM, it doesn't actually have a plot. I do agree with that, and so a lot of people were like, oh, maybe if you like BDSM, like, you'll enjoy this more. But like, I enjoy reading about that, but it was still kind of boring. So I don't know who would like this. I'm not gonna lie. This was definitely not the best. And then let's just go backwards. I then read Hooked by Emily Mcintyre. This one also was quite a big disappointment for me, but I do think it was more interesting and engaging a read than A Worthy Opponent, so I would give this like 2.75 or 3 stars. Sorry, there's like a fuzzy flying around my face. This takes place in modern day, and this one was probably my favorite with the Peter Pan content. I thought that she did it very, very uniquely and really, really interestingly, like working in Peter Pan into a modern setting, which I obviously talked quite a bit about some of the different things that she did in the book that were obviously Peter Pan. And some of them were like pretty deep references that I was like, oh, I don't know how many people would actually get that unless you actually read and studied Peter Pan. So I thought that this one was the most interesting for that, but I really didn't like Wendy and Hook. Again, I don't think I like Hook in most Peter Pan retellings. I find that people either go overboard with him being the villain, which is what this one was, and kind of a worthy opponent, or they go like way too much into the whole like Peter Pan is the real enemy, and that's just like so annoying. I hate when people like think that that claim is like such a big deal because they're like, oh no, Peter Pan was actually the villain of the story all along. I'm like, okay, one, no, you're not, like, that's not canon at all. Barrie never said that. Peter Pan was supposed to be a children's fairy tale. Peter was not supposed to be evil. Peter was not supposed to be a person who, like, kidnapped children maliciously. It was not supposed to be like that at all. So I hate when people, like, say that as though it was a fact. But anyways, I digress. I like the Peter Pan elements of this. I didn't care for the romance or the main characters. I found them to be really toxic and gross, and Hook was super stalkery. I also didn't care about the plot. Like, the Peter Hook plot that was happening in this, I didn't care. So, yeah, like a generous 3 stars, like 2.75 more so. And then I read both The Never King and The Dark One by Nikki St. Croix, and these were 100% the best books that I read in this vlog. I really, really enjoyed these. I thought that they were really fun, really fast-paced. They had a decent plot to them, and I just found myself actually enjoying reading these two. These are much darker Peter Pan retellings, and I actually really also like how this author kind of makes her own characters. There is Peter and the twins and Hook, and a couple of other characters that kind of make an appearance that, like Tinkerbell is mentioned. But for the most part, this author actually kind of made her own version of Peter Pan, adding in her own characters, making her own Wendy character. And I actually really preferred that, if I'm completely honest. I think maybe it's the fact that, like, again, I know Peter Pan so well that it does bother me when they get things wrong. So I would almost just prefer people making up their own characters to go to Neverland. You know what I mean? So I thought that these were great. I think that the story was really fun and the plot was really fun. The writing was decent. I feel like I keep seeing reviews about the writing being awful. I don't think it was awful. I thought it was pretty good. I will say that Winnie, who is our Wendy character, is a very, very flat protagonist. She's very, like, one note. Like, her personality is that she likes sex, and that is it. I feel like the author was trying to make her, like, a strong female character, but that was her only personality trait. So, I also really liked the characters, you know, Peter and the twins, and Vane, I think is the guy's name, right? So, I did really enjoy these. I would give these, like, I think I gave them a 4-star to start with, but I would probably bump it up because of how much I didn't like those. So maybe like 4.25 and 4.5. I do think I like the second one a little bit better because it was more like getting into the plot kind of thing. And I'm really excited to read the third one. So I think it's coming out in September. So. But yes, that was my week of reading steamy Peter Pan romances as a Barrie scholar. Woo! I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and definitely leave me down in the comments below. 1, if you've ever read any of these books, what did you think about them? 2, have I inspired you to read these books? Or 3, if you have any other Peter Pan retellings. You guys know I love when you guys tell me about Peter Pan retellings, so maybe I'll do another vlog similarly to this where I read a whole bunch of other Peter Pan retellings, because I have a whole bunch that are not steamy that I have to get to eventually. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this vlog, and I love y'all, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye!